Hey guys, Cringe here, and welcome to Disturbed, a free-to-play casual adventure indie horror game that is about something, I don't really know. The description says, play as a farmer who struggles to manage a failing farm. You come to a point where there is no more hope and you must do something. That is all I know about the game. It intrigued me, so let's do it! Start game. Another dull day passes as you struggle to manage your failing farm. Your crops are beginning to wilt and your cow is sick. Do I have to click? Yes, I do. For some time, the land has been very quiet. The air has grown thick and foul. Each passing day, you feel more uncertain if things will ever return to how they were before. Perhaps it is up to you. You've made up your mind. You are going to do something about it. I'm going to do all the things about it. Get ready. You stand in front of your humble home, pondering what you should do next. Well, I could go to the grocery store. Oh. Okay, I can go to the crops, I can go to the shed, or the house, or the shed. Let's go look at my house. Ooh, doors. Entering the house, you feel a subtle uneasiness as if growing blight outside has penetrated the walls of your safe haven. From what you see, however, everything is the same as you left it. Perhaps this may be a good time to just lay in bed and wish that your problems will just go away. You fight the notion, but the temptation is still there. Okay, so I can go lay in bed and just die. I'll probably die if I go in bed. I can go back outside. Let's open the chest. Actually, let's read my journal. Dear Journal, another usual day on the farm. The crops are growing with good health. Bethane is also doing quite well. Never disappointed with the milk she provides. That's the cow. If things continue to go well, I may be able to invest in more animals. A farmer can only be so social with a cow. ... Dear Journal, today has been an unfortunate day. Somebody broke into my shed and stole some things. I usually don't mind if someone steals a bite to eat from the garden, but to take my equipment? Well, I put a lock on the door and hid the key. Nobody will ever get into my stuff again. Well, I mean, why don't I just have the key in my pants at all times? Because that way no one could, open the, Okay. ... Dear Journal, I woke up on one night to a foul smell I have never come across before. I took a step outside to see what I could find, but I found nothing after searching about the farm. Whatever it is, it must be bad. I should make a trip into the city to see what this is about. Okay, let's open the chest. You open the chest and find nothing more than a pile of papers. It seems you have less valuables than you anticipated. You close the chest. You have nothing. There's nothing in the chest. Please leave. Oh gosh. Okay, I can lay in bed. No, if I lay in bed, then by the time I get up, bad things are going to be happening. So let's go back outside. And you stand in front of your humble home, blah, blah, blah. Let's go to the crops. See what kind of goodies are over here. A path divides the crops you have labored so hard to prosper these past months. A penetrating odor reminds you that your plants are decaying away and time is running short. Well, that's nice. We can follow the path or into the pen. Where's the pen? Let's go in the pen. My cow! Bethane is dead! No, my pretty baby! A toxic fume burns your nose as you enter the pen. Your poor cow lays lifeless on the ground as a growing blight slowly begins to consume her body. Oh god, that is descriptive. You feel sick to your stomach as you stand there, especially as you stare at the black mushrooms that dot the ground. There's black mushrooms growing from death. They're death shrooms. Let's grab a mushroom. Oh god, you kneel down and grab a mushroom. Now I am death. I am the Grim Reaper. As you begin to rip it out of the ground, a cloud of spores spray from the mushroom. Your hands begin to burn and melt as you observe them. Slowly your body shrivels up into a dark, moist consistency as the poison spreads. You die, eventually after crawling on the... Well then, your adventure ends here. These are some serious shrooms. Well, I'm dead. Alright, so this time we're not going to grab a mushroom, we're going to inspect the water. You inspect the water looking for anything abnormal. You notice that the water has a dark consistency to it. Dropping a stone into it, black particles from the bottom swirl about like a thunderstorm. Your face shrivels in disgust. She was drinking death. Bethane was drinking death, and that's why she died and spouted out these mushrooms out of the ground. Leave the pen, because I don't want to touch that. A path divides the crop. Yeah. Follow the path. Ooh, a cave. You continue down the trail for a while until you see a cave off in the distance. You pause, questioning if there could be something helpful in there. Let's go to the cave, why not? Only good things live in caves. There is a faint whistle from the wind passing between the rocks. The temperature significantly cools as you enter the cave. You notice that there is a different smell, but you welcome it, comparing it to the deathly blight found outside. Let's go further. Oh my lord. Before you take your next step, a large bear emerges from the darkness. You realize that you've made a terrible mistake, even thinking that something helpful can be in there. Let's fight the bear! You scan the ground and notice that there are numerous rocks that you can grab and throw at the bear. You begin to do so as the bear approaches. One after another, you throw rocks as hard as you can into the bear's face! The bear charges you as you bent over to grab another rock, tackling you to the ground. The bear bites into your neck, your body quickly goes limp, and you die. So let's just avoid the cave and continue down the path. Ooh, a wagon. You come to a stop as you stumble upon a broken wagon. Inspect the wagon! You look about the mess and find bits of food and clothes scattered about the scene. So now I don't have to go to the grocery store and I can just live off of this stuff. You notice the key on the ground during your search. You pick up the key and continue on your way. Cool, I got a key! After what felt like an hour or two, you reach a bridge. Nearby the path is a small shack, similar to the house you have on the farm. A man that lives there is a kind fellow from what you may recall. Maybe he's home. Let's inspect the shack. We have his key. You walk towards the structure and knock on the door. Knock, knock, knock. You scratch the back of your head, figuring that the person that lives here is currently occupied, if not elsewhere. You remember picking up a key from the wagon and you use it on the door. The door unlocks. Ooh. You decide to help yourself in. Because if he's busy, we can just go in there and mess with his stuff anyway. Observing the empty room, you realize something terrible must have taken place here. The room is a wreck, just like the wagon. You are overcome with fear as you think of the man that used to dwell here. Let's see, we can inspect the book let's inspect the book. You pick up the book and start to flip through the pages. You discover that this is a journal. Reading a passage or two can't hurt. Can't hurt. I'm gonna just look at all his dark secrets. Today's trading went smoothly, thank goodness. What I am thrilled most about, however, is what one of my buddies mentioned to me at the conclusion of our day. Apparently there is a pond nearby that has some of the biggest fish in the region. With a good catch, I can make enough to move things forward with my sushi restaurant. I was caught off guard when he mentioned that nobody has been able to catch anything from there. I guess your typical fishing rod won't do the trick. But what can be done about it then? I mean, we can tame that bear and send that bear into the lake and he can just catch all the fish and just bring it to us and then we can pat him on the head and name him Mr. Bear. Something to be intrigued about, I suppose. ... These past couple of weeks have been really rough for me. My trading business has gone under and I have lost nearly everything I own. This has pushed me to extremes, but that can't be helped for now. I am leaving this place forever, never to return. The land is dying and there is nothing but darkness here. Anyone reading this should leave while they can. I guess that should be me, but I'm still reading your book, bro. You can't find a name and give it to this man, but regardless of the name, you got chills running down your spine. Open the trapdoor, because goody! Only good things are in trapdoors. With the key, you unlock the hatch and get it open. Without thinking, you travel downward. Oh, hi there. How are you? You doing good? If you're in that position for a really long time, your arms will eventually start to hurt a lot. Anyway, walking down the steps leading below, the air attacks your body with a piercing cold. You notice immediately that there is a woman chained to the wall. She doesn't seem to notice you as you study her. You feel darkness surround you as you stay in this awful place. Hello, lady! You tremble as you try to form words in your mouth. Woman. You there, let me out of here! The pressure of such demand makes you... Oh, that's not her anymore. The pressure of such a demand makes you freeze. You take a moment to think about the situation before you respond. What got you locked up here to begin with? You'll never believe me, even if I told you the truth. ... Something brought you here. Please have mercy on me. I could decline. Actually, she looks kinda like a demon. Let's free the woman. You approach the woman and unlock the shackles that bind her. As her arms become free, she moans in pain. Oh, thank you so much. The woman struggles to regain her strength but starts to stand up on her own. As she gets up, she turns towards you. Hi, you beautiful lady. I will now do you a favor. Oh. A horrible image manifests itself before you. You feel the chilling grip of bone hands lock onto your arms, energy flees from your body, and you fall to your knees. You feel the essence of your life slip away as everything goes black. It is unfortunate that your journey ends here. You know what? Why do I gotta be the guy that's like, you know what, you're in pain, I'ma help you out. And then it turns out that's death. Death! I helped death deathify me until I was death itself. Death. Hey lady, I abandon you! I will not! No, don't go! With nothing else to interact with, you make your way up the stairs. Screw you, Death! Oh no. As you exit, you can hear the woman laugh behind you. The voice causes the shack to shake. You leave the shack as fast as you could. You leave the shack and cross the bridge before something bad happens. Ooh, that's spooky. That laugh was actually really creepy. You cross the bridge safely and continue down the trail. After all that has happened, you feel that you should take a moment to rest. You find a spot under a tree and sit down. Getting comfortable, you tilt your head back against the tree and gaze into the sky. Even though if you lean against this tree here, you're gonna look exactly at the branches and the leaves and you can't see this, whatever. I am not gonna take a nap. I am gonna pick at the grass. As you pick at the grass, blades in your reach, the ground begins to shake. Before you can get up, roots from below sprout from the ground and wrap around your legs. Oh, the tree's angry. You turn around and see a large angry face looking at you. Your jaw drops in horror. No sound or scream escapes your tongue as the tightening grip of the roots squeeze what air is left out of your body. Your adventure ends here. Nature. So let's take a nap, because maybe if I don't harm the tree, then he won't kill me. Your eyes close and your body relaxes. You fall asleep within seconds. As your mind wanders, you see a blurry image. Hello. Details emerge as you gaze. You wonder who this might be. A bad feeling then overcomes you, and you realize who this is. You try to wake yourself up. You wake up and jump to your feet, looking about yourself and your surroundings. All seems well. You can't help but feel fearful that something bad will happen to you if you stay there. Moving forward seems like the only logical option now. You know what? Hold up. I'm gonna hit Q. And that saves. There we go. You reach a point where the trail splits into two paths. Which way should you go? Let's go the right way. I don't want to be wrong. You reach the end of the pathway. In the distance is a tower looking over the area. A gate secures passage to that area with a wall around the property. Also of interest, there is a tree that has a hole carved into it. Let's look at the tree, because, yes! You approach the tree and notice the hole is big enough to fit your hand in it. You look and see something shiny in the hole as if it were metal. Feeling around with your hand, you find three knobs, one on the right, one centered in the middle, and one on the left. Let's press the knobs! Press the left knob! Press the middle! Press the right! The knobs lock in place. You wait for a moment, but nothing happens. It must be some sort of combination. Knobs lock it. Fuck this! I'm leaving. You reach the end of the pathway. In the distance You reach the end of the pathway. In the distance is a tower looking over. I already saw this. I don't care. Go to the gate. We're gonna bust this place open and take all the treasure! You approach the gate cautiously. Enter it! Take everything! We never turn back! Standing before the tower, your heart begins to sink. This is no doubt the birthplace of the spreading plague. Then let's punch the plague in the face! I'm spitting everywhere. There is a fountain before you with statues on your right and left. Oh my god, so many choices. If I pick something wrong, I'm gonna die. Okay, let's inspect the fountain. There is a dark haze about the fountain. The water is black and the smell burns with every breath. You feel a slight pull toward the fountain as if it were calling for something. Let's look at the statue on the left. Oh, he's just like, don't do that. I hold my finger up. This is against the law. Stop it. You see an old statue of an angel that has been consumed by vines and thorn. The angel is holding a book in one hand, the other with one finger pointed up towards the sky. You feel it best to leave the statue alone. That's a good idea. Let's look at the statue on the right. Oh, he's just like, hey, come drink out of my bowl. Before you stands an old angel statue that is broken in many areas. With one hand, the angel is holding down some sort of bowl, while the other hand is hovering over the bowl. You notice that there is only 2 remaining fingers on the angel's other hand. Wait. You feel it. You should keep your distance and just observe the stat. Wait. The other angel on the left held up 1 finger, while the one on the right held up 2 fingers. I have a theory. Inspect the tree. Yes. Press the knob. Left, right, right. Ooh, you hear the rumbling of rocks as the ground starts to shift underneath you. Everything goes dark and you sink beneath the surface. The hole above you seals up, trapping you underground. Oh God, there you find yourself with no evident way out of the path, but before you the darkness. I can't read. Your only choice, move forward in that direction, because no backwards, no can go. Forward now. Oh God. You see 3 separate paths within the walls of the cavern. Which do you choose? Let's go. Forward! Onwards! Into glory! You cautiously step forward into the darkness. And there's a giant rock penis. You come to a divide. Which way do you go? We went right last time, so let's go left! You hear a subtle echo of rocks shifting before you. An eye appears before you as a gauge pierces the darkness. Oh God. Before you can do anything, tentacles burst on the ground and grip your body. It pulls you about, but you resist as much as you can. Not sure what you can do, you continue to resist until you can think of something. Your body begins to grow weak as your strength burns away. You suddenly feel yourself pulled to the ground and you are dragged about like a rag doll. It is not long before the creature I just got devoured by a rock penis. Okay, let's go left. See what's over here. You cautiously make your way through the darkness. La-di-da, you come to a split between 2 paths. Which way do you go? If I go the right way, that little thing's gonna fall down and wreck my shit, so I'm gonna go left. You move forward into the darkness. Oh my lord. Did I just go in a circle? Hold on, go left. You cautiously make your way. Yes, I went into giant circles, so let's go right. You struggle forward as the way before you becomes completely dark. You notice that there is a light off in the distance, and you continue to make your way forward. Hey! Eventually you make it into some sort of concrete room. Turning around, you see a hole in the wall where you came from. Your guess is that it wasn't part of the initial design. Well, no poop! You turn around to see a door. There being little to nothing in the room, you decide to move on through the doorway. Ooh, spooky sounds. So spooky. You find yourself in what looks like a basement. You turn about to discover that in each direction there is a door. Boxes of supplies and debris litter the floor and corners of the room. You notice that there are several markings on the doors and floor, some of which scare you. You got a bad feeling about this place. Why all the things? Inspect the supplies. You walk about the room, browsing through the dust-covered storage. You find some rope in one of the boxes. It feels strong to the touch and has minimal wear. You decide to take the rope. Ooh, so I got a rope. Okay, so I can go backwards. I can go forward, to the right, or the middle. If we go through the middle, it looks like there's blood there, so let's go that way. Go through the middle. Oh dear, is that a baby in a cage? You enter a room full of metal cages. Before you is a hallway marked with questionable markings. You don't like the feeling you have about this place. Whatever was in these cages surely did not like to be locked up. I mean, that one's still there. So there were a bunch of cages filled with babies. These babies did not like the cages, and they went on a rampage. You notice that there's an animal in the cage on the left of the room, but from the dark stains on its fur, it's dead. It's a baby. It has no fur. Oh dear. You cautiously walk down the hallway, entering a room with 2 cell doors. Hello! Before you can do anything, a large hound leaps in front of you. The beast doesn't look very vicious, but one wrong move can surely be the end of you. Realizing that you were not prepared for a moment like this, you slowly back away towards the other room. To your dismay, the dog follows your every movement. Hi there. It said you weren't vicious looking, but apparently you're pretty vicious. Because there you are, biting my wrist until I bleed out, and then that lady Death comes to death me away. I enter the door behind me. You walk up the steps. Oh dear. You enter a large room. The air is polluted with dust and spiderweb that cover the walls and ceiling. Where should you go now? Let's go in the far downs. Let's go outside. Hey, no, I was here. Let's go back inside. As you reach for the door, an invisible barrier stops you. It must be some sort of magic. Okay, so if I go outside, I cannot come back in. So let's go into the far door, because that looks very... Oh, what the balls? The door struggles to move, but you enter into what appears to be a spider's den. The air is thick and the room is a mess of web and body parts. You notice that there is a couple of items in the room that could be useful. If nothing else, there is a key on the ground that you will no doubt need. I bet if I pick up the key, the spider is gonna come from the ceiling and kill me. Oh, I didn't even get to pick up the key. You have no doubt that it's hungry. Without hesitation, the spider attacks you. With nothing to defend yourself, the spider quickly bites you. Hey! You discover what looks like a private library. There's a passageway before you with bookcases to the left and right. Let's browse the books. What kind of books are here, Harry Potter? You take a moment and look at the books. ... Some of them catch your eye. Rituals of the Ancients, Deception by Music, and a Forgotten Power. Rituals of the Ancients, because why not? You flip around until something grabs your attention. Pillars of Stone. Years before current times, there were unique religious practices that had revolved the Stonehenge. It is said that these stones are lined up in a special way and often organized in a circular pattern. Organizing the stones this way unlocks an ancient power researchers still have trouble understanding. In the middle of the circle would be a stone or two for the keystone to rest on. This is a great mystery of the ancient practice. From ancient records, it is written that the energies from the surrounding stones channel their power into the keystone. You stop reading because the next page of the book has been torn out. Okay, Deception by Music. There's a bent page marking the section of the book. You turn to it. The art of charming is not necessarily limited to the instrument, but how the musician goes about playing the instrument. Some are definitely easier than others. Skill is this. There are few instruments recommended. Harp is recommended. The vicious dogs! Vicious dogs! I need a harp. The soothing voice of the harp can calm trouble. Okay. I'll choose as small as Okay, so I need a harp for the bear and the dog. The Forgotten Power, flipping through the pages, everyone. Raw energy is a powerful substance not to be trifled with. It is merely myth, blah blah blah. Does this have anything to do with anything? Individuals possessing such power as blah 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 relics fight for. No. Okay, nothing. Move forward! Ooh, that looks spooky. You walk up more stairs. You pause as you notice a stone carving of a person praying that is attached to the wall. There's something odd about it, but you can't put your finger on it. With caution, you continue up the stairs. Ooh, a globe. You enter a strange room with a large globe centered about the room. There are windows that let light shine through. I'm reading too quickly, and I am sputtering all over the place. I will calm down. It's okay. You notice that there is a chest resting against the wall to the right. You also notice that there is another passageway like the previous room. Let us inspect the globe. You study the globe attached to the floor surface. The craft is made of metal and there is a fine detail in the grooves. There are various markings and names scattered across the globe. It takes you a moment, but you find marking of where you are. Aramor. You notice that there are some hand-drawn markings within the area made with black ink. There must be something close by that has interested the author of these markings. To add to the mystery, there are similar markings on other areas around the globe. Let us open the chest. Approaching the chest, there is a lock. Of course it's locked. Everything's always locked. With no key to unlock the chest, you decide to leave it. I didn't pick up the key from that lady's wagon thing. If I had that, is that like the universal key? Could I have opened this? Could I have opened the door to my shed? Because, I mean, I opened the door to that dude's house, and then I opened the trap door, which are two separate locks with the same key. Just continue on. Forward for adventure! This looks like death. You climb the stairs to find a wall ending your path. Above the end of the stairway is a hatch. Open the hatch. You open the hatch and pull yourself up. What the fudge is that? You have made it to the top of the tower. Before you is a stone of power, resting upon the altar of rock. Dark vines have entangled the structure as if they were feeding off the energies of the stone. Your body begins to tremble as you stand before the stone. You definitely feel weaker being up here, as if the stone is sapping away your energy. Destroy the stone! This may be your only chance. You approach the stone and grasp onto it. You lose sight, glued to the stone, and I die. I went left this time. After continuing down the path for some time, you come to a stop. You notice that there is some trail that leads to the grass up a nearby hill. If you had stopped, you probably would have never noticed. Which way do you go? Let us follow the regular path. You walk for some time to find an endless field of grass. There is a stone well near the path. Inspect the well. Something's gonna pull me into the well. You peer down into the well. Other than the evident water at the bottom, there is a coin resting against the wall of the well. If possible, you feel you should go down and take the coin. Let's die! Why not? Grab the coin! You lean over the edge of the well. There is no possible way you can obtain the coin by reaching it. With this in mind, you turn around and climb down the inner wall of the well. You take a few successful steps down, but your luck runs out. You misplace your foot and fall! Tumbling about, your body clashes against the stone walls with a single knock on the head. You lose all consciousness out of your accident, and you die! Ooh, Excalibur. Following the subtle trail in the grass, you stumble upon what looks like a grave. Let's look at the grave. You approach the grave, you look at the sword with intrigue. Oh, balls. Before you can touch the sword, a ghostly figure appears before you. You freeze before the apparition. The sword, may I have it? The blade is cursed. I am bound here by the pain of my past. If you desire the sword, free me from it. You slowly motion for the sword. Fool! Only something of pure essence can free me. A rare hope, like a flower found in darkness. Okay. You listen to the specter and leave the sword. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna continue on. Okay. You pause to see that there is a lake nearby. The trail continues on to your right. Let's look at the lake, because I'm gonna see a monster inside of it. Yes! Resting underwater! Oh no, there's an orb of some sort sitting on the bottom of the lake. There is something strange about it, as if it was calling to you. That's just go in. I'm gonna die. You close your eyes, jump into the lake. Open your eyes to see the stone sitting before you, start to make your way towards it, and an evil fish comes out and you die! The faint trail comes to an end. There is a collection of stone pillars down the hill. Behind the hill is a large field of grass. Let's look at the pillars for power! You stand before the large stones arranged in the shape of a circle. In the center is a stone... is a stone with what appears to be a sort of slot or hole. No doubt about it, something is meant to be placed here. That thing in the water, the orb in the water, I need to put that there, but I need to get rid of the fish. But I can't the dude was talking about the fish in his journal, and so many things are happening. Seeing that you can't do anything, you head back. You find yourself gazing over a grass field with hills rolling off in the distance. There's a unicorn? It disappears from sight before you can do anything. Surely the unique powers of a unicorn can help you with your quest, but there's clearly something wrong. If only there was a way to charm it. That's what the book was saying too. I need a harp. Oh no, this is the spider! Okay, so I got the coin because I had the rope. So I climbed down, grabbed the coin, and then threw up the rope, climbed out of the thing. You pull out the coin you found and toss it into the water of the fountain. The coin disappears with a subtle splash. The water then fizzes for a moment, quickly returning to a lifeless state. Surely this must mean something. Aha, so I just gave the fountain my only money, and now I can enter here. Hey, I found a boat. As you make your way forward, you discover a large cavern. An old-looking ship rests against the edge of the lake with debris scattered about the surrounding area. Inspect the ship. You cautiously walk towards the ship. The air is chilling and you fear it won't be a good idea to stay too long. The possibility of discovering something that can help you drives you to explore. You climb aboard the ship. As you take a moment to observe your surroundings, you are only welcomed the trickle of water brushing against the wood of the ship. That's spooky. You move about to see where you can go. Every footstep you take feels heavy as you hear the sound of wood cracking under your feet. You feel this ship has been here for quite some time. You explore under the deck of the ship. Nothing but the sound of your footsteps bounce about the structure of the ship. From one room to another, you come to discover a kitchen. Although there is nothing unique about it, you feel you should take a moment to inspect it. Why not? Let's look. You pull one out after another, finding that there has been empty. Dust spreads about the air as you disturb their rest. Checking underneath, you discover a rusty knife resting on the floor. You find that there are plenty of hardened rat droppings dotting the edge of the wall. You take the knife and hope you may be able to defend yourself with it. I might be able to use this against the fish. You pull out your knife and you point it at the fish. Waving the knife around, you fail to deliver a fatal blow to the fish. Yeah, you die! You pull out the knife and prepare for an attack. The dog reacts and starts to growl at you, and murders my face. You pull out your knife and stab the spider where you can. Unfortunately, the knife doesn't scare the spider and it bites you with ease. And I died. You remember the knife you have found and struggle to bring it out. With success, you hold the knife and begin to cut away at the appendages that bind you. Yes! The room vibrates as you do cut. The creature immediately leaves you alone. It takes you a moment to catch your breath. You come to a divide. Which way do you go? I'm gonna save right here, and we're gonna go to the right! Oh god, what is that? Before you shines a pillar of light. The light rests on a corpse that seems to have been here for quite some time. Near the corpse stands a lone flower. This is the flower that I can use against to get the sword, and the sword I can use to stab in the faces of the... Okay. Without hesitation, you reach for the flower and give it to the spirit. The spirit grabs the flower from your hands as you extend it to him. You feel a subtle breeze blow by as the figure fades away from the flower. A faint whisper dances about the air.
I am free! At last!
You feel a sense of relief within you, and you reach for the sword. Now I have a sword! Yes! Oh, just as it gets in range, you thrust the sword into the top of the mouth. The sword penetrates and goes through the forehead of the fish. It struggles about in pain as blood filters through the water. I didn't die. You pull the sword out and the fish retreats out of sight. You doubt it will live long. With the fish no longer a threat, you make your way to the orb. Yes, holding it in your hands, you feel it vibrate as if there is energy inside it trying to break loose. This must be important? Is that what that said? I was clicking. I didn't see it. You put the orb in the center of the rock. The stones that surround you begin to glow. Oh snap, the light radiates and grows brighter. Yes! Oh my gosh. With a flash of light, your surroundings change. The ground no longer is grass. The newly discovered floor appears to be very old, as if crafted by somebody long ago. Rubble and stone near the edges of the platform also hint that this is an ancient place. Looking onward, at the end of the pathway is a fountain of light. There seems to be no beginning or end, an endless power steadily flowing. You are amazed at such a fight. The light intrigues you, and you walk towards it. Rays of light brush about you as if they are seeking to break away from its home. You feel the energy flow into you, but you struggle to contain it. Your body begins to glow, and you burn from the inside out. You dissolve. You pull out your sword and stab the spider as it lunges at you. Over and over again, you stab the monster. Each time it squeals in pain. And it dies. The spider flees into the darkness overhead. You hear it motioning about, possibly to strike again. You notice the key on the ground close by your feet. Before more trouble happens, you quickly grab the key and make it for the door. Yes! I have the key! With the key you found earlier, you try it out on the lock. The lock clicks loose and you open the chest. Ooh, you discover a small wooden harp resting on linen cloth. Sweet! You take the harp and close the chest. Oh god, did I goof? Oh, did I goof? Before you can do anything, a large hound. The beast doesn't look too vicious, but wrong. You pull out the harp and begin to pluck at the strings. The hound begins to wag its tail. Yay! To your surprise, the beast walks away as if it were charmed by the harp. Let's save right there. You never gave it much a thought how powerful music could be. Let's look at the door on the right because it's open. Ah, that looks death. That looks like death. Large hole in the corner of the room. Seeing nothing special, you motion towards the hole. You discover a passageway underground. Ooh, unfortunately all you can see is fallen rock blocking the way through. Seeing that there's little you can do, you back up. Okay, that's fine. Let's look at the left. This is bad. You open the door and find a skeleton positioned in the corner of the room. There is also a bed and some chains attached to the wall. You have no doubt this individual was locked up for a long time. Inspecting the skeleton, you notice a ring on one of the bony fingers. There is a faint glow of light emanating from the ring as if it were magical. You may find such a ring useful. You take the ring and put it on with a perfect fit. Seeing that there is nothing else here, you can leave the cell. Okay. So I have a ring. The ring is whoa. Now we're good. So the ring. I guess the ring I can use for when I do the whole light thing? Maybe? Okay, so what's next? I have to go to the unicorn. I'm gonna go to the unicorn and see what he's doing. You suddenly remember the harp you found earlier. With the harp in hand, you pluck the strings. The soothing calm comes over you as you listen. The unicorn comes into view and stops before you. The unicorn glares at you and you begin to hear a faint voice in your head. Human, hear for my words. A great evil has gripped these lands, and it has rendered me powerless. You must find a way to stop it. I wish I could help you, but without my full power I can do little. The fate of this land depends on you. The unicorn's bane, by the way. Before you can speak, the unicorn turns and runs away. You realize that you're alone in this quest of yours. This is no longer about saving your farm. You have to save the whole land from the spreading darkness, and the unicorn must become the lord of everything. You turn back. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, hold up. Hold up. I'm gonna look at the stone pillar. Let's save real quick. I'm pretty sure with this ring, I can absorb all the power and become amazing and overpowered. Approach the light. The light intrigues you. You walk towards it, rays of light, seeking breakaway. Yes! You fist in the air! And just towards the light, you remember the ring you have found and point it towards the light. Your hand trembles as light flows into it. Before you can think, the ring begins to burn and you stumble back. Light shines brightly from the ring. You notice a subtle warmth to it as you observe. You feel that you accomplished what you must do here. You pick up the orb. Okay, so now I have the power. I have the power, and now that I have the power, I think... Let me say it real quick. I think that now I can go destroy that stone. Because I have the power, I talked to the unicorn, I used my sword on everything. I'm just wrecking everything. This game's easy. I only died like, what, twice? Yes! Destroy the stone! With the power of my fist, I will fist your... What? You stretch forth your fist and point the ring at the stone. You can feel the resistance as if the stone is trying to defend itself. You try to keep hope and focus on the ring. Zoom! A burst of light shoots out from the ring, penetrating the stone. You feel the very air shake about. The ground beneath your feet begins to vibrate. The ring becomes heavier to hold in place, but you know that it is working. You feel confidence and a sense of joy sweep over you. The light intensifies, nearly blinding you. The ground beneath you shakes violently as if the tower itself was trying to stop you. What little fear in you becomes powerless as if you focus on your task. Everything goes white, blinding you completely. A weird sensation comes over you and you feel as light as a feather. You begin to feel a tingling sensation all over your body as you hone your senses. The feeling suddenly flees your body and you find yourself motionless. Everything is cold and your ability to concentrate begins to leave you. Oh, you open your eyes, witnessing what is left of the tower. Well then, you begin to feel something. Warmth. Light. It is coming back! Unicorn! You lack the strength to talk as the unicorn comes into view. Light emanates from the horn on its head. All you can do is smile as the creature approaches. The light intensifies. You may have saved the land, but the unicorn has come to save you. Your adventure does not end here. What do you mean my adventure doesn't end here? What the fuck? Alright, well I guess that's how it ends. I destroyed the entire tower with that ring of awesomeness that shoots lasers. And then the unicorn comes to me, shines his light on his horn, and he's just like, yo, you did a good job? Keep it up, I'm gonna let you live now. Like, I'm gonna take you from this place of evil, put you in a place of goodness, and you will live the rest of your life with all the power in this ring, because I don't think he took the ring away. So basically, the unicorn has given me his blessing to become ruler of the entire world. So I will rule with an iron fist, lasering people in the face if they deny my power, and I will just take over. I don't know what's happening. Okay, I'm good. I'm good. It was interesting though. For a free-to-play game on Steam, it had my attention. Congratulations to you, developer, Mr. Brad Moore. Is that how you say? Is that what I said? I don't know. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next video.